Hi guys, Togre here with a new video, and this is the talent preview for PvP for Discipline Priest, and we are going to discuss and see what we can do to have the best trees possible for the Priest tree and Discipline tree to get the most value for PvP, for BGs, PvP, arenas, whatever, but like trying to get the most value whenever you're going to go for a BG or arena. Of course, you will have loadouts, so whenever you are going to face X opponent, you can then play X loadout, and whenever you're playing versus X comp, you can then switch out and go for the Y loadout that you have made. So let's start right away with the priest tree. Um, Whenever you're disciplined, you will get Shadow Word Death and you will get Prayer of Mending. They did change already a few things on the trees, so it might be like different from whenever you did see the talent preview from another YouTuber, for example. But let's talk right away. You get Prayer of Mending and Shadow Word Death, which is pretty much big things that are actually needed for you to perform as discipline tree, as a discipline spec. We are going to take body and soul because I feel like it's always nice to have some sort of movement speed tied to your shield, but you also can take feather if you really want to. I'm going to go for the right side first, and I might end up on the left side for a few talents here and there. So of course, Shadowman is still very useful. I mean, it makes discipline a bit easier to heal because then whenever they are kicking on Shadow, you can just heal with Holy with Penance, for example. Mind Restrain, damage dealt, of course, very useful because that's a way why you want to actually Mind Blast. Dispel Magic, I think it's pretty useful, especially for Discipline. And we will get Power Infusion. Power Infusion is one of the biggest spells you can have as a discipline because you can then buff yourself or you can buff your ally, like for example Warlock, to do insane damage. I think I'll get Twist of Fate, like 2 points. I think it's a very good spell to actually use. I don't know how Renew might be for Discipline, but it might be also a very good option further down the line. But let's take Shadow Feint because we want to actually regen some mana. Of course, Mind Control, it is still very useful. Mass Dispel, of course, and Leap of Fate. So you have like a lot of utility tied to your spec. Of course, Mass Dispel, if you're not playing versus someone that you really want to mass dispel, you could also forego it. But I feel like it's very useful because you need to go further like in the tree. And if especially you want mind games, if you don't take mass dispel, you have like no options to go there. So I'll go for Angel's Mercy, which gives your Desperate Prayer based, like the CD, will be reduced based on the damage that you actually get, so it's very good. Shackle Undead would be nice if you're playing versus DKs, if you're playing versus specific comps where you feel like Shackle Undead could be something, like. But for now, we're not going to take it because we are going to make a tree as general as possible. So, Twins of the Sun Priestess, I think it's the most broken thing in this part of the tree, so we'll take this. I think like everyone will go for that, so I feel like they won't have to change it in the future because for now, I think you don't really have any choice. But again, you don't really need to have choice all the time, but this gives you actually something very good for your comps in general. Shadow Word Pain deals an additional 5% over its duration, and when an enemy dies, you get insanity or mana. I don't know, I feel like it's a very good PvE talent, but in PvP, I mean, 5% is not a lot. Like, it becomes 10%, but it's very important to actually get mana whenever you're killing someone in PvE. So, for example, in a raid or in a dungeon. But I feel like in PvP you're not going to take it. And although Puppet Master might be very good because 150 mastery is quite nice, I don't think it's worth 4 points. So for now we're going for improved Shadow Fiend, which is probably very good to get the restore 1% of mana, because without it you cannot get the mana restoration. And now we are at one point where we need to spend a few more points. And I see that there is a few good points that we can take. Like for example, when you cast Shadowman on yourself, it reduces by 10% the damage that you're taking, and also the dots effect actually heals you, so it is quite nice. It's also, I think, I don't know if it's purgeable or not, but it's also purge protection, so it's actually very good to have as a disc priest. Shadowman, I think it's like dealing no damage. I mean, like if you're picking Master Schism, I don't think you need to pick Taming the Shadows. But I might improve my Mind Blast, like a 6-second CD, 7.5 second CD actually. I think it's actually very good to take. I'm taking maybe the less mana on Purge, or I can go further. I think I'm going to go further. So I'm going to take Focused Mending, and I'm also going to take Renew. Again, Purge protection, but also in general, I think it's a very good hot. You don't really need to go even further, right? Maybe you're generating mana 10%, but I don't know if it's really worth it. Removes all diseases. Maybe, don't know if it's very good. We're going to see with what we can work, like even further beyond. I don't think we are going to on the left side, although Holy Word Life might be very strong. It's just Shadow Word Death, but basically the reverse. But it's quite risky though. I'm going for mind games regardless. It doesn't matter because I really like mind games. So I'm going for the first 5 seconds of fade. You take 10% reduced damage. This is quite bad for PvP because often than not, the damage is not really relevant. So I'll take it, but it's basically the mind games. I want mind games to actually perform however I want it to perform. He reverse damage and healing restores up to 4% mana. That's actually very good. I don't know if it's like this on live, don't remember, but I think it's actually a very good spell. So I'm gonna take it. I don't know if I'm going for Mindbender, so I have like 6 points left. So basically, it's either I'll go for Shadow Flame Prism, which is basically 4 points, or I spend 5 points into the left side, which basically improves my self-defense a lot, but also Shadow Word Shield reflects 20% of the damage absorbed, and I don't know how big it might be. So I'm going with the mindset of that I'm actually going for super aggressive plays. So I'm going to play with Mindbender. I'm going to play with Rabbit Shadows because every time it attacks, you will restore mana, and how fast they attack, the better the mana it can actually give you back. You know, so it's a very good spell. I think the Mindbender also makes it a 1-minute CD, if I'm not mistaken. Which is also very good for mana regeneration again. So I'm going for Rabbit Shadows, I'm going for Shadow Flame Prism. You have 2 more points left. Basically, you can. I think I don't need Charitable Soul. I will go for Clear Mind, and I'm going for Purified Disease. I think that's the best tree I can go for if I'm going to play aggressively as a Disciplined Priest. Now let's start to talk about the discipline tree. They did change a few things, like for example Inner Light and Shadow, I remember correctly it was in the center of the tree, if I'm not mistaken, but now it's on the left, so basically you will have to take it regardless, which is a good thing. So we get Atonement. It works basically the same. That blue, like it's written Trinity, but that's PvP talent. So we take Penance, of course. We're taking Inner Light and Shadow. We're taking, ooh, Castigation. They did change the trees a lot, man. So it's going to be exciting to actually see. Castigation fires an additional bolt. It's all always very good. Power of the dark side is like basically a very good thing. Dark Indulgence, and you have Chism. And of course, I'll need pain suppression, so I will probably take this. Solace is always good. Shield Discipline is not really the exciting spell I like to of a talent I actually use. I prefer to play with Solace, so I'm gonna play with Solace. Pain Suppression, again, very big. It's your most important damage reduction spell because you can use it while stunned. So you don't really need to react on a stun with a trinket, for example. You can just sit and maybe pain suppression someone. You'll have still like 7 points. I assume you still have the PvP talents for Radiance, but now that the tier set is gone, because basically why do you play with Ultimate Radiance as a Disc Priest now? Because everything is tied to Radiance. Your Legendary is tied to Radiance, your PvP talent is tied to Radiance, even your Covenant soulbinds, so soul conduits are based around radiance, so that's why you take it. So for now, I don't know if I'm going for radiance. I'm going to read a bit further. So here you get like a 20% increased radiance healing, and this becomes like a second charge of radiance. So basically 3 points to make it better. You get contrition, so it basically makes that penance is interesting to heal on, let's say, someone instead of hitting penance to like get the atonement heal. So I don't know if it's really worth it or not. Purge the Wicked, I like it, but you need to spend a lot of points to get it. But basically makes your Shadow Word Death actually purge the Wicked, which can spread out. So it's quite nice. Here it deals like 20% more damage and it spreads to 1 additional target, maybe 2 if I like spec to it. You got Evangelism, which is not that great, and Spirit Shell, which is not that great. But I assume that you replace Rapture with Spirit Shell whenever you take it. But if it's not replaced, it might be a very good spell, because then you have like Spirit Shell, which is a CD by itself, and Rapture, which is a big CD by itself. Half discipline. So this didn't change. When Atonement has healed a total of 100 times, your next penance is free and fires 3 additional bolts. Basically, it is your legendary that you have, but it works differently, and it is less RNG. 100 times. How fast do you heal 100 times in 3v3 and in 2v2? So you need to actually calculate that if it's really worth all those points. Power Word Radiance has a 30% chance to grant power of the dark side. So basically, this is the force set. So even flow is the force set. This is the legendary. This is all force sets. So it might be worth it. Might be worth it to go for that. But let's see. Indemnity, atonement granted by power of shield lasts an additional 2 seconds. I don't think it's like a point like worth it. Alright, let's talk about the middle tree, because we are going for the middle tree. But I'm going to spend a point on Dark Indulgence because I like the power of the dark side, so I'll take it. So it's 10% increased effectiveness on penance, and then we can go further. So basically, I'm for PvP, and whenever I'm going for PvP, I need CC. So Psychic Voice, it is. I also like to play with Shining Force. Since you had to choose between those two, you often just take Psychic Voice, but now you can pick both. So I'll take Shining Force because it is a very good CC. For me, knocking someone away creates also the capacity to kill someone. If you're knocking, for example, a healer away like 60 yards or 70 yards, that guy needs to walk back to that target. And also 70% reduced movement speed makes it a little hard to come back from that push, for example. So I'll take that. Pain Transformation gives you 10% like maximum health. I don't know. I feel like it's not that good because again 10%, like let's say you have 100k HP, you will get a 10k healing. I assume that penance heals for more, so I don't think you will ever need pain suppression. And also you want to pre-pain suppression most of the time because if you're reacting on damage, often than not it's already too late and you're dying. Sins of the Many, of course, I'll play with that, so that's a no-brainer. And we take Rapture, of course. We have like 7 points more to spend to go further. I'm going to spend, of course, Swift Penance. I really like it. We have Shadow Covenant here, Embrace Shadow, and of course Twilight Corruption. While Shadow Covenant is active, Penance become Dark Reprimand, causing 40% times 3 shadow damage over 2 seconds. That's actually strong. But I don't know. It's actually the same. It's the same, but of course you get like 25% increased effectiveness because of Shadow Covenant. So I don't know. I'll keep it like this. I also like Schism, so I'll want also to make plays for Schism, but I don't know if I'm really having those points available, I would say. I'm trying to step away from Radiance because it does cost a lot of mana. It's like times 5, times 4 actually. So I prefer to not go for Radiance. So let's talk about the right side most of the time. And if I see a possibility to maybe go left, I will go left. But okay, let's talk about Shadow Covenant. I will take it. I will take it Embrace Shadow because it will like improve the amount of seconds you get like Shadow Covenant. And I'm going for Schism. And I'm going for Malicious Scission. So basically now you have 19 points. I'm not going for Pain Transformation because I don't see a value of 10% more like health, like healing 10% every 3 minutes feels like super bad. So I'm not gonna take it. I need to spend 1 point. Um, this is very strong, so I'm gonna take it. I forgot about it, but Power Word Shield reducing the cooldown of pain suppression by 4 seconds. It's actually very big, because every time you're spamming Power Word Shield, you will get a pain suppression. So probably in a duration of an arena match, you will get like around 2 minutes CD on pain suppression instead of 3, which actually could save your life because every time you got a trinket, you will get pain suppression. It will like not over, it will overlap because you will trinket and then pain suppression, or you will pain suppression and then just sit your trinket. But I feel like it's better than a 3-minute CD. So let's take the Protector of the Frail. And now you have like 9 points to spend, becomes infinitely harder. Do we want Exaltation? So basically you spend a point and you will get the duration of Rapture is increased by 1 second. And its Power Word Shield enhancement is increased by 7.5%. So I don't know, man. So instead of a 200%, it becomes 207.5%. I don't think it's very good. Power Word Barrier, I think it's a no-brainer. Lenience, I think it's a no-brainer because for 1 point, getting a damage reduction of 3% is actually very good. Smite, I'm not really going for a smite build. You could go for a smite build if you're going for improved smite here. I'm going to check. It's 2 points, so basically you can put 50% increased smite damage, so it could be actually nice as a disc priest. I might make a build for that in the future, but I wanna test the alpha, man. I don't have alpha, so that's very like sad. But whenever I get alpha or beta, I will probably test a lot of good builds. A smite build might be very interesting to play because I really liked it in previous iterations of the game. Atonement heals for 10% more when activated by Mind Blast. I think it's good because I think Light's Wrath might be very good. Invoke the Light's Wrath, dealing 175% spell power, which is not that big. Increased by 10% per ally affected by your atonement, so I would say 3 allies in PvP. So it will be 30% increased, so it will be like 205%, I guess. It might be strong, but the cast time is very long. Let's see. So we have Halo. We have Halo and Divine Star. But now, did they change the silence? Because we had a silence a few builds ago. So Wicked Star. Divine Star deals an additional 120% spell power in its path and deals 10% additional damage each time it hits an enemy. up to 100%. I think in RPGs it could be very fun. And Halo basically reduces the CD. But enemies damaged by Halo are dealt an additional 120% spell power. Shadow damage. So, I don't know, man. It doesn't have silence anymore. So that sucks. I don't know, man. Atonement granted by Shadowlands lasts an additional 2 seconds. I'm taking Twilight Corruption for sure, first and foremost. We have 6 points to spend, so basically I can take everything from this tree. So this is 4 points, and this is 7 points. So I will have to spend 1 point less somewhere. I think like Solathium is not that good, so I'll take this. So Stolen Psyche, which is Psyche, so basically 20% more healing from Atonement whenever activated by Mind Blast. Light Wrath might be strong, might be bad. The CD is very long, the cast time is very long. I really need to see if it's strong or not by testing it. We are going for, I think Halo is a bit harder to contain. I think I will go for a Divine Star. I think Divine Star is the easier to test and to actually contain, to not break CC. So I'll go for Divine Star, I'll go for Twilight Empowerment, and I'll go for Wickedness. So we have everything from the right side. This is my build that I would like to test without Radiance. I need to test this. So this is really an aggressive discipline tree that I would play. Let me know in the comment section below what kind of like tree are you going to build for discipline. Are you going for a more aggressive build? Are you going for a more soft build? Let me know in the comment section below. Please subscribe to the channel if you haven't done that yet. Like the video if you liked the video. Please become a Twitch follower by clicking on the link and making an account if you don't have an account, and follow my stream. Also, if you want to become a member on YouTube, there is also a link in the description below how to become a member. And also, everything that you are doing by just watching the video is actually enough for me to enjoy doing what I'm doing. So thank you for watching the video. I really appreciate you. We will see each other very soon. Bye.